At 67, I'm healthier than I was at 50. Nobody believes what I do every morning. At 67 years old, I'm in the best shape I've been in since my early 50s. And when I tell people that, they don't believe me. They think I'm exaggerating or just got lucky with good genes. But here's the truth, it's not luck and it's not genes, it's what I do every single morning. About 4 years ago when I was 63, I felt old. You know what I mean? Tired all the time, stiff joints, no energy. I'd wake up feeling like I'd been hit by a truck. I just figured that's what getting older was supposed to feel like. But then I made some changes, small changes, things I started doing every morning without fail. Emphasis. And within 6 months, I felt like a different person. My doctor was shocked. My friends were asking what I was doing, and my kids, they couldn't believe the transformation. So if you're over 60 and you feel like your best days are behind you, I'm telling you right now, they're not. Because what I'm about to share with you, it changed everything for me, and it can change everything for you too. All right. Quick disclaimer before we get started. Before you make any changes to your routine, talk to your healthcare provider. They know your medical history. They know what's safe for you. Got it? Good. 4 years ago, I was not in good shape. My blood pressure was high. My cholesterol was borderline. I had this constant low-level fatigue that never went away. 4 years ago, I was not in good shape. My blood pressure was high. My cholesterol was borderline. I had this constant low-level fatigue that never went away. And honestly, I'd kind of given up. I thought, well, I'm in my 60s now. This is just how it is. But then I had a wake-up call. I was at my grandson's birthday party. He was turning 6. And he asked me to play basketball with him in the driveway. I couldn't do it. I mean, I tried. But after 5 minutes, I was winded. My knees hurt. I had to sit down. And I saw the look on his face. He was disappointed. That gutted me. That night, I made a decision. I said, I'm not going to be that grandpa, the one who sits on the sidelines, the one who can't keep up. So I started researching. I talked to my doctor. I read everything I could find about healthy aging, and I realized something. It wasn't about working out for hours. It wasn't about some crazy diet. It was about consistency, small things, done every single morning. So I started a new routine, and I stuck with it. Within 3 months, I noticed changes. Within 6 months, I felt better than I had in a decade. And now 4 years later at 67, I'm honestly healthier than I was at 50. My blood pressure, normal. My cholesterol, great. My energy, through the roof. Last month, I played a full game of basketball with my grandson, and I kept up. So let me tell you exactly what I do every morning, because if it worked for me, it can work for you too. First thing I do when I wake up, and this might sound weird, but hear me out. I lie in bed for 1 full minute and I practice gratitude. Now I know that sounds like some new age hippie stuff, right? But stick with me. Here's what I do. Before I even open my eyes, I think of 3 things I'm grateful for. Could be anything. My health, my family, the fact that I woke up this morning. Just 3 things. Takes maybe 60 seconds. Now why do I do this? Because it sets my mindset for the entire day. Instead of waking up thinking about my aches and pains or my worries or my to-do list, I start from a place of appreciation. And there's actually science behind this. Studies from places like UC Berkeley show that practicing gratitude first thing in the morning reduces cortisol levels, lowers stress, and improves overall mental health. For people over 60, this is huge, because a lot of the physical decline we experience is actually tied to chronic stress. When you start your day stressed, your body stays in that stress mode all day long. Your blood pressure goes up, your immune system weakens, you age faster. But when you start your day with gratitude, your body relaxes, your nervous system calms down, and that sets you up for better health all day. Now, I'll be honest, the first week I tried this, it felt forced. I kept thinking, this is stupid, I've got stuff to do. But I stuck with it, and after about 2 weeks, it became natural, easy. And I noticed something. I stopped waking up anxious. I stopped dreading the day. I started waking up calm, ready, almost excited. My doctor said this one habit alone probably improved my mental health more than anything else. So before you grab your phone, before you start thinking about your problems, just lie there for 60 seconds. Think of 3 things you're grateful for. That's it. 1 minute, but it changes everything. Second thing I do, I drink a full glass of water, 16 ounces, room temperature. I keep it on my nightstand, and before I do anything else, before I get out of bed, before I check my phone, I drink that entire glass. Here's why this matters so much. When you sleep, your body goes 7, 8, sometimes 9 hours without water. You wake up dehydrated, and most people don't even realize it. When you're dehydrated, even mildly, your blood gets thicker, your heart has to work harder to pump it. Your brain doesn't function as well, you feel sluggish. A lot of people think that morning grogginess is just part of waking up, but a lot of times it's dehydration. My doctor told me something that stuck with me. He said, if you start every day dehydrated, you're starting every day at a disadvantage. Your body is already stressed before you even get out of bed. So now I hydrate first, before coffee, before food, before anything. And I'll tell you, within 3 days of doing this, I noticed a difference. I woke up more alert, I had fewer headaches, and honestly, my skin looked better. I know that sounds vain, but it's true. Plus, drinking water first thing gets your digestive system going. It helps flush out toxins. It kickstarts your metabolism. It's such a simple thing, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do for your health. So get yourself a water bottle, keep it by your bed, and every morning drink it, all of it. Your body will thank you. Third thing, and this one is non-negotiable for me. I do 10 minutes of stretching every single morning, no excuses. Now, I'm not talking about some intense yoga routine. I'm talking about simple, gentle stretches. I stretch my hamstrings, my hips, my shoulders, my back, just basic movements. Here's why this is so important, especially after 60. When you sleep, your muscles tighten up, your joints get stiff. And if you just jump out of bed and start your day without loosening up, you're setting yourself up for aches, pains, and potential injuries. Think about it. If you had a car that sat in the garage for 8 hours, you wouldn't just start it up and floor it, right? You'd let it warm up first. Your body's the same way. Now, when I first started doing this, I could barely touch my knees, let alone my toes. I was stiff as a board. But I did it anyway, just 10 minutes, every morning. And after about a month, I noticed I could bend a little further. My back didn't hurt as much. My knees felt better. Now, 4 years later, I'm more flexible than I was in my 40s. I can touch my toes. I can sit cross-legged on the floor. I move like someone 20 years younger. And my doctor said this one habit has probably saved me from a lot of injuries, because flexibility, that's one of the best predictors of healthy aging. There's research showing that people who maintain flexibility as they age have better balance, fewer falls, and better overall mobility. So here's what I do. I get out of bed slowly. Remember, no jumping up, and I go to my living room. I have a little mat there, and I just stretch. Nothing fancy. Hamstring stretch, hold for 30 seconds. Hip flexor stretch, hold for 30 seconds. Shoulder rolls, neck stretches, lower back twists. Just simple stuff. 10 minutes total. And honestly, it's become one of my favorite parts of the day. It's quiet, it's peaceful, it's just me and my body waking up together. If you're not stretching in the morning, start today. Even if it's just 5 minutes, your joints, your muscles, your whole body will feel better. Fourth thing I do, I eat a high-protein breakfast every single day, no exceptions. And I'm not talking about a protein shake or a granola bar. I'm talking about real food, eggs, usually 3 of them, sometimes scrambled with vegetables, sometimes an omelet, sometimes just fried, or Greek yogurt with nuts and a little bit of fruit, or occasionally a piece of salmon with some avocado. Now, why protein? Because protein does 3 really important things, especially for people our age. First, it stabilizes your blood sugar. When you eat protein in the morning, you don't get that mid-morning crash. You have steady energy all day. Second, it helps maintain muscle mass. And after 60, maintaining muscle is critical. We naturally lose muscle as we age, but protein helps slow that down. And third, it keeps you full. When you eat protein, you're not hungry an hour later. You're not reaching for snacks. You're satisfied. Now, for years, I used to eat cereal for breakfast, or toast with jam, or a muffin, all carbs, all sugar. And by 10 a.m., I'd be starving, I'd be tired, I'd be reaching for another coffee, another snack, trying to get my energy back. But when I switched to protein, everything changed. I noticed it within a week. My energy was stable, I wasn't hungry, I felt strong, and my doctor said my blood sugar levels improved dramatically, my muscle mass went up, and I even lost some weight without trying. Protein in the morning is one of the most powerful things you can do for healthy aging. There's tons of research on this. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, the National Institute on Aging, they all say the same thing. Older adults need more protein than younger people, and eating it early in the day is ideal. So ditch the sugary cereals, ditch the pastries, ditch the carb-heavy breakfasts. Go for protein, real, whole food protein. Your energy, your muscles, your metabolism will all improve. Fifth thing I do, and this one's big, I move my body for at least 30 minutes every single morning. Now, this doesn't have to be intense. I'm not running marathons. I'm not lifting heavy weights. I'm talking about walking. That's it, just walking. I live in a neighborhood with some nice streets. And every morning, after my breakfast, I put on my shoes and I walk. Sometimes I walk fast, sometimes I walk slow, sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I just listen to the birds. But I walk for 30 minutes, rain or shine, hot or cold, every single day. Here's what walking does for you. It gets your heart pumping, it gets your blood flowing, it strengthens your cardiovascular system, it helps with digestion, it improves your mood, it clears your mind. And for people over 60, walking is one of the best exercises you can do. It's low impact, so it doesn't hurt your joints, but it's effective. Studies show that people who walk 30 minutes a day have lower rates of heart disease, diabetes, and even dementia. Walking literally extends your life. Now, 4 years ago, I couldn't walk 30 minutes. I'd be out of breath after 10, so I started small. I walked for 10 minutes, then 15, then 20, and eventually I worked my way up to 30. Now, I can walk for an hour if I want to, and I feel great doing it. My resting heart rate has dropped, my blood pressure is normal, my legs are stronger, my balance is better, and my doctor said this daily walking habit is probably the single biggest reason I'm so healthy at 67. So if you do one thing from this video, make it this. Walk every morning, 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be fast, it doesn't have to be hard, just get outside and move. Your heart, your brain, your entire body will benefit. Sixth and final thing I do, and this one might surprise you, I spend 10 minutes planning my day. Now, I know that doesn't sound like a health habit, but hear me out. Here's what I do. After my walk, I sit down with a cup of coffee. Yeah, now I have my coffee, and I write down my top 3 priorities for the day. Not 10 things, not 20 things, 3. What are the 3 most important things I need to accomplish today? And I write them down. Simple, clear, specific. Now, why does this matter for health? Because one of the biggest sources of stress for people our age is feeling overwhelmed, feeling like we have too much to do and not enough time. And chronic stress, it's a killer, literally. It raises your blood pressure, it weakens your immune system, it messes with your sleep, it accelerates aging. But when you start your day with clarity, when you know exactly what you need to focus on, you reduce that stress significantly. You're not scrambling, you're not reactive, you're in control. And there's research on this too. Studies show that people who plan their day in the morning are less stressed, more productive, and report higher levels of life satisfaction. Now, I used to be the kind of guy who just jumped into the day. I'd check my email, see what fires needed putting out, and react to everything, and I was stressed all the time. But now, I decide my 3 priorities. And everything else, it can wait. And I'll tell you, this habit has made me calmer, more focused, more present. I sleep better at night because I'm not lying there thinking about all the things I didn't do. I feel more in control of my life. And my doctor said reducing stress is one of the most important things you can do for longevity. So take 10 minutes, sit down, write down your 3 priorities. It's simple, but it works. All right, let me recap everything real quick. First, I practice gratitude for 1 minute when I wake up. 3 things I'm grateful for. Second, I drink 16 ounces of water, room temperature. First thing. Third, I stretch for 10 minutes. Gentle, simple stretches. Fourth, I eat a high-protein breakfast, eggs, yogurt, real food. Fifth, I walk for 30 minutes every single day. And sixth, I plan my day, 3 priorities. Written down, that's it. That's my entire morning routine. Nothing crazy, nothing expensive, nothing that requires a gym membership or special equipment. Just 6 simple habits done consistently every single morning. And these 6 things, they transformed my health. At 67, I have more energy than I did at 50. I feel stronger, I feel clearer, I feel alive. Now, I know some of you are thinking, that sounds like a lot. I don't have time for all that, and I get it, I really do. But here's the thing, this whole routine takes me about 90 minutes start to finish, 1 hour and 30 minutes out of 24 hours in a day. And those 90 minutes, they set the tone for the other 22 and a half hours. When I do these things, I have a better day every single time. So if you can't do all 6, start with 1. Pick the one that resonates most with you. Maybe it's the water, maybe it's the walk, maybe it's the gratitude. Do that one for a week, see how it feels, then add another one. Before you know it, these will become habits, and you'll feel the difference, I promise. Because here's what I've learned, aging doesn't have to mean declining. You can get stronger as you get old age proof of that. So if this helped you, hit that subscribe button. I make videos like this every week for people over 60 who want to live their strongest, healthiest lives. And I've got another video right over here about the 5 foods I eat every day to keep my heart strong. You might find that helpful too. All right, one last time. Everything I shared here is my personal experience. I'm not a doctor. This is for informational purposes only. Before you change anything about your routine, talk to your healthcare provider. They know your medical history. They know what's safe for you. What worked for me might work differently for you, so work with your doctor, okay? All right, take care of yourself, start small, be consistent, and give yourself time. Your body is capable of amazing things. Even at 67, even at 77, even at 87, you've just got to give it what it needs, and I'll see you in the next video.